Hello everyone, and welcome to Mr. B's short English lesson. Today we talk about the passive, and I'm going to show you when we use the passive, how we use the passive. I'm going to make some examples with different tenses, and in the end I'm going to talk about the by agent. We use the passive when we want to tell what happens with a thing or person, or what is done to this thing or person. This thing or person is then the subject of the sentence in passive, which means it is not active. When we make a sentence in the passive, we have to look at the verb. And the verb in passive is a form of be and the past participle. The form of be makes sure you are in the right tense. When you are in the simple present, the form of be is am, are, or is. When you are in the simple past, the form of be is was or were. When you are in the past perfect, it's had been. The past participle is with regular verbs, verb plus ed, and with irregular verbs, it's the third form of the verb. Let's look at some examples in different tenses. We start with a simple present sentence. An author writes books. In the passive, this sentence is books are written by an author. In the first example, I'm going to show you what happens with the object and the subject of the active sentence. Books is the object of the active sentence, and in the passive sentence, it's the subject. And an author is the subject of the active sentence, and it's the by agent in the passive sentence. Let's look at the verb. We have are written. Are is a form of be in simple present, and written is the past participle, the third form of to write. In the next example, we have a sentence in simple past. An author wrote books. In the passive, this sentence is books were written by an author. Again, we start with the object of the active sentence. Then we have a form of be in the past. We have the past participle and the by agent by an author. The next example is present perfect, has written. And in passive, this sentence is books have been written by an author. Have been is a form of be in the present perfect, and written the past participle form of to write. An author had written books is in the past perfect. And then we get books had been written by an author. Again, had been is the form of be in the past perfect, and written the past participle, the third form of the verb. Now let's look at the future. An author is going to write books is the going to future. In the passive voice, this book are going to be written by an author. Are going to be is the form of be in the future, and written the same past participle as in all of these examples. With the will future, you get an author will write books. And in the passive voice, it's books will be written by an author. Again, will be is the form of be in the will future, written is the past participle, and you have the by agent by an author. In the end, we're going to look at how to make passive sentences with modals. An author can write books. In passive is books can be written by an author. So when you have a modal verb, you have the form of be with modals like can be, must be, should be, and then you have the same past participle as always. Finally, let's talk about the by agent. The passive is often used in news, and it's very often used when the active person is unknown or unimportant. Then there is no by agent. For example, my car was stolen by someone. I don't know who stole my car. I don't know who was active. So I could say my car was stolen by someone, but since it's unknown who is someone, I can simply say my car was stolen. So remember, you only use the by agent when the active person is important or known, but when the person is unknown or unimportant, there is no by agent. Still, in a lot of tests or texts, the by agent is kind of the signal for you to use a passive sentence. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.